ever notice how Technoblade during the Great Potato War had pretty much the same vibe as Lamar when he didn't get Employee of the Month in GTA 5? Check it out.
And when it's some shit to be won, got I want it. I don't give a what it is. When names is on the motherfucking board, I want to see my name at the top of that motherfucker. Next to it, it needs to say winner.
Welcome back, friends, and a special welcome to all the new friends out there. I'm YoBGS, and today we're doing something new. Not just a reaction to Technoblade, no, but by the way, if you do like this video, you thought the intro was funny, make sure to subscribe. I'll make videos like these to parts 2 and 3. But what we're looking at today is revisiting the Great Potato War. Now, if you look, there are literally hundreds of reactions to the Great Potato War. What 99% of them have in common is that they're done before someone knows like anything about Technoblade. It's a Minecraft reaction channel rite of passage that this is your first glimpse of techno. But what I want to do is to take another look at the Great Potato War, knowing what we know about techno now in
current year.
In the Great Potato War, Technoblade decides to go for #1.
How hard could it be?
First because he's bored, but then it turns into an all-out war where federal crimes were nearly committed against an unsuspecting Squid Kid. Technoblade broke literally every law he could get his hands on in these things. Espionage, forced labor, false police reports. His victim never even saw it coming. In the process, he discovered a method to generate almost infinite money, literally threw that away to feed his lust for potatoes. His desire for vengeance on a soul who had done nothing wrong but try and grow potatoes, well, and have some kind of tacky design.
And then he painted the Mona Lisa.
I want to see how the Great Potato War stands the test of time. If there's anything we missed, knowing what we know about Technoblade now, I think it's pretty telling that the tamest part of the Great Potato War is the fact that Techno wants to become a potato monarch and openly plans to exploit slave labor to do so.
But if Hypixel has taught me anything, it's that if you have a problem, the answer is slavery.
He even leaves the diamonds spreading on them, so like the minions can't take those diamonds home. They can't hope to start a Skyblock island of their own. They can't hope to buy their own minions. No, they're stuck in Technoblade's forced labor. And honestly, if that was a bad thing, then I guess all of us who play Skyblock are criminals because, well, like Technoblade says,
even if you never bother to log in, and as such represent the only way to achieve the dream that all Skyblock players share, which is to not have to play anymore.
Honestly, I think the Great Potato War gives us a little insight into Technoblade's state of mind when he decided to go about the Potato War, since, remind me again, what's the definition of insanity?
I'm having fun. I dropped out of college for this.
Putting aside his ability to write, I think a lot of people are surprised to learn that Technoblade was an English major in college, mainly because he has a lot of knowledge about a variety of subjects. Like, I know he's a pig and everything, but when he's talking about minions, he literally goes full Kevin O'Leary style, Shark Tank, describing the economics of minion slots.
Upgrading past level 7 on minions never makes sense. You're never getting that money back because upgrading cost over 100,000 potatoes just to get to potato 9. That'll take over 2 months to get that money back, over 8 months for level 11.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out.
That being said, though, we immediately go back to Techno's English background when he brings up Sun Tzu, which is a recurring theme throughout the Potato War saga. It's actually Sun Tzu's advice that leads Technoblade to discover Squid Kid, who was a chill college dude that by all accounts just digs playing Skyblock, painting Renaissance art, but he does have a strange fascination.
I like them French fried potatoes.
Yeah, me too.
Beware that when fighting monsters, you yourself do not become a monster, for when you gaze long into the potato gazes also into you. Friedrich Nietzsche. There's a really interesting switch that flips when Technoblade learns about Squid Kid. He visits the island in awe of what the kid had accomplished. To be fair, Technoblade's island, my island, and pretty much every island I've ever seen in Skyblock consists of, like, just a bunch of farms. But Squid Kid built this whole, like, potato mausoleum thing, and I actually think it broke Technoblade.
It was at this moment I realized that I wasn't dealing with the potato madman, but but a potato supervillain.
Okay, so this is where knowing who Technoblade is coming into this is really fascinating, because if you look at Technoblade's content pre-Potato War, like, yeah, he was trolling some people on Minecraft Monday, and of course he was a god at Bed Wars, but like, I honestly think that this feud, this saga here, is where Technoblade truly becomes the blood god. The line between good and evil is permeable, and almost anyone can be induced to cross it when pressured by situational forces. Philip Zimbardo. So where would we be had Squid Kid not been #1 in potatoes? Where would he be if it was just some, idle farmer who happened to be #1? If Technoblade hadn't developed this psychological justification that he's right and, everyone else is the supervillain. Like, just look at what comes next in Technoblade's content immediately following the Great Potato War. He literally conquers the Earth. He monopolizes the Minecraft Championship. He ruins a tournament that was held for a perfectly good cause. He destroys a country. He destroys a country. He destroys a country. Then he becomes the government. I know what you're thinking, but YoBGS, correlation doesn't equal causation. For example, in 1990, the stork population in Germany increased and at home births did too, but that doesn't mean that more stocks deliver more babies, does it? And I would say that's weird of you to know that, but hear me out. This video taught Technoblade that the voices, right, we're all voices, that the voices would support him as long as they could convince him that he was in the right. The video also taught him the type of meticulous, min-maxing analysis, careful planning that would have to go into toppling a superpower, whether it's a government or a potato import-export conglomerate.
5% more potatoes. With the minion expanders taking up so much extra space, the potato pyramid was no longer enough to fit all my minions within the farming crystals radius. So I built the Potato Dome!
If you combine that with the typical pressure that the fanbase always puts on Technoblade, you have the ingredients for a potato powder keg. Winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. Vince Lombardi. Technoblade knew he had to win, both in order to be able to show his face around his fans again, and to get the most revenue possible out of that sweet, sweet content.
They're so good, but it doesn't matter because they cost so much, it's never going to pay off. They're all gone. Whatever. It's for the leaderboards. I had to sell everything so that I could invest it in potatoes, man. I had to sell my young dragon armor, my rare cake collection, massively overinflated Halloween items. I had to mortgage my house. It's crazy out there.
It's also wild to me how the more Technoblade goes over the edge, the more his housing for his workers starts to look like a prison. Did you ever realize that? But even this is whatever, because optimizing your ability to AFK is totally cool. It goes back to that point where the entire goal of Skyblock is to never have to play Skyblock again. The whole goal is to break the addiction, right? But it is worth noting that while he was stocking up on supplies, while he was maxing out those potato minions, well, what was the definition of insanity again?
So every day I sold hot potato books, and then I bought more crystals. And then I sold more hot potato books, and then I bought more crystals.
Alright, so even this I can understand. Hell, there's a reason that mobile games have that pay-to-win option of speeding up the wait times for different things. I think Technoblade is merely expediting his path to the top, right? His goal was to take the title before being found out, which ultimately made perfect sense. But remember my point. This whole excursion actually broke Technoblade. He wasn't going to be content with that. He was actually going to have to tap into his voyeur side, right? His espionage side, his evil side.
I figured Squid Kid would find it a little bit suspicious if the same guy was AFK at his island every day, so I got a second account, and then I left them both in there. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness.
What?
And it's not just that simple, friends. You might not be able to see it here, but Techno's alt whitelisted. It's not just some random Steve skin. No, Techno equipped it with a skin that would make it as hard as possible to see while it was in the water, meaning if Squid looked right at him, he may not even notice. Now, Techno was sabotaging the conglomerate.
When they're too close together, they'll start trying to plant in spots the other minions already planted and get stuck in an infinite loop, dragging down the overall farm's potato output by as much as 90%.
Andy was, taking this college dude who, by the way, like just wanted something fun to do in between exams and hacky sack and making paper airplanes out of your student loan debt statements. He was taking that kid on Mr. Techno's wild ride to insanity.
Why do you keep doing this? I just wanted to check on The Last Supper, man. You AFK'd on my island for 12 hours! It was a good painting!
However, even in the most dire of competitions, alliances started to form. Like, we see at this point that Technoblade isn't completely gone to the dark side. When some random helpers showed up to the island to, I guess, investigate if Squid Kid is cheating. Like, this whole part of the video seemed random as all hell, but Technoblade actually told him about what went on. He tries to keep him from getting banned, although, like I said, I don't think he did anything wrong. I don't know, this part was really weird to me.
But the police are after you, man. I saw a helper, Squid. There were 2 dudes, Squid. They came to your island with the helper. They were snitching. I don't know why. I need names. Okay, let me get my screenshots.
However, that would arguably be the last kind thing Technoblade would do. Certainly for part 1 of the Great Potato War anyway. When Technoblade found out that he was going to be #1 in potatoes, the amount to which he exacted his vengeance on Squid Kid was just ridiculous. Style is knowing who you are, what you want to say, and not giving a damn. Orson Welles. Well, this is it. The ultimate flex. The moment where if you even had any question about whether or not the old Technoblade that, just enjoyed Bed Wars, enjoyed trolling James Charles, if that Technoblade was still around, or we were embarking on Technoblade 2.0 that was about destruction, chaos, anarchy, obliteration of anything orderly, yeah, that question was answered here.
For years, my machinations lay undetected. This is all I have. Squid, I found a problem with your island. A critical flaw. Get over here. Over here! Squid, get over here. This sign, it has the wrong number.
So I think this is where Technoblade got his first real taste of how good it would feel to bring down those in power, especially if it meant that he got to kind of insert himself as the authority figure moving forward. I think the rivalry with Squid Kid ultimately shaped like the next year plus of Technoblade's content. It's only recently, like I mentioned at the beginning, in the last like 6 months, that we've seen a little bit of a return to the more amicable, less bloodthirsty Technoblade. But that being said, Technoblade's descent into madness does have 2 other parts, right? I'm talking about Potato War 2 and Potato War 3. I think it could be fun to revisit those, but I would love to know what y'all think in the comments. Was this Technoblade's first taste of blood, right? Did this help shape him into the anarchic blood god that people are writing songs about, like medieval bards singing about his deeds? Leave a comment and let me know below. Finally, this video took quite a while to make, like certainly, compared to normal reaction stuff. So if you did like this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel out like 10 times more than you realize. Also, let me know if there's any other stuff that you think it would be fun to maybe revisit, because a lot of reaction channels, I think, you see stuff with fresh eyes, right? And if you went back knowing what you know now, I think that could be a lot cooler to take a look at. So leave a comment down below. Let me know if there's anything like that you would like me to take a look at. I've had a blast making this, but I've definitely rambled on long enough. So with that, I'm gonna say take care, my friends. Thanks for checking out this video. I hope you liked it. And as always, I will see you for the Salty Runback.